Here's a punter, Thomas Morstead, to get this one started. And we are underway from Santa Clara. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And they'll be led out by their third-year quarterback.
And there's a word that constantly gets thrown around with this guy when you talk to anyone in the building. Potential. They are sky high on what they believe he can grow into in the role of a starting quarterback. In addition, there are plenty around the league who think that as well. And years from now, he can still be leading this offense out.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. Now, this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back.
Well, they have the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
Purdy.
And it's incomplete.
When you talk about this Jets defense,
it's quite a unit, that's for sure. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
And since this is such a good unit at covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive.
Here's Purdy.
They'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Hassan Reddick coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. On 4th down, the Niners trot out Mitch Wishnowski to punt the football. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Let's take it inside his own 40. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return.
And the Jets will take over.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. Under center is a 6'2", 225-pound signal caller, Aaron Rodgers.
There have been very few quarterbacks in the NFL who have been as consistent throughout their career as Aaron Rodgers. He's been good for so long, and we've seen no decline in his skills. His accuracy and arm strength continue to elevate the talent around him, and his in-game mistakes, few and far between.
Now Hall to start the drive. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, this defense for the Niners, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's what you would consider a goal for each and every defense, because if you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team because you expect your offense to score more than that. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course, but I'd have to say a very solid performance.
Now Rodgers.
Able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
They'll run. It's Hall. To the 36-yard line. Stop there. The Jets come into this one looking for a 12th win on the year. And they have certainly got it rolling as of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And I think this is where, as a head coach, you show your team some trust. Instead of just talking about winning, the very next game, you point out to them, we're on a nice run here. And if we keep doing this, we'll be playing at home in the postseason. And we know that could ride us all the way to the Super Bowl if we get that done.
And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up try and get 2 more stops and escape this drive.
2nd and 10. On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete.
But that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the 1st down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
Yeah, and on 3rd down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. Zerline's kick is up and through. And the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone.
And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their 2nd drive. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
Second and 7 from the 20. Purdy from the gun.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Quinnen Williams. What an effort from him on that play. Big tackle for a loss of 11.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety.
Well, 2 snaps ago, I don't think anyone thought a safety was on the table, yet it happened. They cut him on back-to-back plays, breaking through the line. No amount of evading was going to save him from a sack on either play. And on the last one, he ran too deep into the end zone to set up the safety.
Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here.
Don't kick it to 22. Do not kick it to 22.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Even though they might not find the number 1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot.
And I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick. Because a lot of the time you serve notice to the rest of the league that, hey, we're the team you need to deal with. We're the team that's going to be a real problem for you. And if they can continue this streak, they could very well be that team and gain that confidence that they're seeking as they head to the playoffs.
And confidence, that's the word I would use from our meetings with them. They said we're playing our best football right now. It is showing. Now a play fake. Rodgers. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Nick Bosa. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. They'll toss it out right here to Hall. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That second down play nets a -4.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
That'll be complete to Alan Lazard. And a big gain that time. He's out of bounds on what will be the final play of this first quarter. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. The Jets with the football here to start the second quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now Hall. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
On play action, Rodgers. And he whips that one incomplete there.
I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Seventh play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. On play action, it's Rodgers. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. And the 49ers are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. Certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were a nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this 2nd down call after that type of a game.
2nd down and right back to McCaffrey. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a 1st down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
On 1st down, it's Purdy. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Purdy now on 2nd down. Got him on right side, it's McCaffrey. And McCaffrey going to pick up the Niners' 1st down as we get this up past the 35-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A handoff, McCaffrey running right. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack. and not giving ground.
Calling an 8-yard gain, much better shape now on third and just a yard.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. So on fourth down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
Another go-around now for the Jets offense. Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete. After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Hall ought to give up the middle.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Now Rodgers on the bootleg. And it is caught. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. He's airing it out for Williams.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40.
So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. Well, week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Purdy now to throw.
The first catch of the game for George Kittle. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half.
On first down, Purdy.
They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Shotgun now with Purdy. Another grab here for the dynamic Christian McCaffrey. The 49ers are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. Purdy will look to throw again here.
And it'll be intercepted.
And the Jets are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. CD, when he went to throw that, I'm not sure if he just didn't see where the defense was. Whatever the case, not the throw you're looking for on 1st and goal.
Not at all, because, look, let's face it, that close to the goal line, if you throw an interception, is going to hurt on any down. But really, the only down you can kind of live with is if you do it on 4th down. The first 3, if you don't have it wide open, just get rid of it. Make sure they can't get it and live to fight another down. 1st and goal, and you throw the pick, not good at all.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
That's going to be caught downfield by Lazard.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
He finds Wilson.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. So we've come to halftime in a 5-point game. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. It's all down to this. Week 18 of the NFL regular season. Lots to be decided, so let's get right to it. We'll start up at Highmark Stadium, just outside of Buffalo. This one's at the half with a score of 17-7. Rashad Bateman, a touchdown catch in that first half. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And this one going the visitors' way as the Cardinals have the lead in that one. A touchdown run for James Conner. Lastly, let's get you way up to Seattle. See what's happening with the Seahawks. In that game, all tied with the visiting Patriots. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, and we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side can play mistake-free football the rest of the way. Both these teams running through their final adjustments before they head out for the second half. Time for us to go back to Levi's Stadium as we'll hand it back over to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point.
And the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half.
Xavier Gipson now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
Here's the Jets offense now getting set to start off this third quarter.
And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit. Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Straight ahead is Hall. And he'll get a couple up to the 29.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Play action. Now Rodgers. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. And a big 32-yard play on third.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Here's Rodgers to throw. He's to the 15. And so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. An explosive 38-yard pickup.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's 1st and goal. Now Rodgers. Rolling to his right. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Nick Bosa able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And you get the feeling, Charles, yeah, he's got the 2 sacks now, but he may get more here. We've still got a quarter and then some to go.
And the way that he is playing this game, it reminds me of one of the best golfers in the world who can use every club in the bag and make a great shot. That's what he's doing with his pass rush moves right now, showing a little bit of everything. They have no way of stopping him.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal. Defensively, they must have been expecting a pass. They were in the dime look out there.
I think maybe they were deciding to go with speed on the field rather than bulk. I'm with you, a little bit surprising. They wanted people getting to the ball as fast as possible. The lighter, shiftier defensive backs allow you that opportunity.
Rodgers. He's got Wilson, and that's a Jets touchdown. A great play there. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Jets take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And Garrett Wilson capped things off with a touchdown grab. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the 2nd half. They make their 2nd half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a 3-possession game. Well, that's the kind of play that was lacking all the way through the first half. Maybe this can give them a little bit of a spark because they're not out of this game by any stretch.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
So from the 37, here's a 2nd down and 9. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
A third down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up.
Well, the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Hassan Reddick picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. Averaging 50 yards of boot so far as this one's away. Fielded at about the 28.
A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt.
And the Jets will take over 1st and 10.
Well, once again, here comes Garrett Wilson and the Jets offense.
Pretty good game for him so far. I guess he's still got time here to make this a great game, but so far, he's been solid.
I like where you're going with that because it has been pretty good, but there's always that hint that things can really escalate for him. And right now, they feel like they're somewhat keeping him in check, but he has found the end zone once. But boy, he can explode at any moment.
Yeah, and when you hit that end zone once, you want to find it again, don't you?
Yes, you do.
Makes you hungrier.
You get greedy in a good way.
On 1st down, right back to Hall.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes if you got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's Jet football as they've got the lead here, and we get set to begin quarter number 4. Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. And Wilson with it, complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 36 yards on the play.
And this is seemingly how it's been all game long. This defense has been just a step too slow. And here they're burned again. Another big play.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall.
And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line.
67 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it.
He's got Wilson, and that's a Jets touchdown.
A great effort there. With touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game.
And the Jets stretch this 4th quarter lead even further, and they are closing in on win number 12 of the season.
Zerline now for the PAT. And that one makes this a 19-point game. 5 plays there on that drive.
And Garrett Wilson capped things off with a touchdown grab.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Here's Oliver.
And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field.
Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth quarter hole. Purdy looking to throw on first down here. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll bring up second down. Purdy looking to throw. And his throw here's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
This offense so far on third down, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Now, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Miami,
Right,
21 to 10.
Yeah, Miami's they're gonna make the playoffs.
They won.
As expected, they're going
The game ain't over yet.
drive alive. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Once more, Purdy looking to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Oh, yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Purdy. His throw incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively in the 4th quarter here, you've held a team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
Purdy with it on 3rd and long. And that is incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Steps away to his left. Taking a shot for Samuel. Thrown across the field, and that will easily be intercepted. Picked up by DJ Reed. And the Jets will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. Well, you think about it, though.
Take them boots.
Stats, but bad for
0. They getting no points.
Take them boots.
Terrific observation. There is going to be a silver lining, and this is what he'll plead when it comes time to watch it again.
Yes,
Hey,
that's
just
box.
taking possession of the ball, but you're exactly right about it. Should have slapped it down. Field position would be better for his offense, but how many times do you get a chance to make an interception that you turn it down? That's when your instinct kicks in and you take the football. In this case, a better decision would have been to knock the ball down.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. He's got this to Williams, complete. And he will step out of bounds here inside the 30. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 41 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. And the Niners force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Well, we've seen quarterbacks get away with throwing the ball on the run, no doubt. But this, Charles, I think you'd agree, not the best of throws.
And listen, you're not always going to have a clean pocket to step up with the proper mechanics and deliver the football. I mean, that's a given. But you also have to understand your limits and know what you can get away with and what you can't when you're trying to make a throw like that.
And San Francisco gets set to go here.
Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Throwing on second and long. Purdy. Looking left side. He's got it. Complete. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for third down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On third down, it's Purdy.
That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Purdy will set up to throw it here.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Purdy to throw again on second and 10. He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk. And he'll wind up getting about 6 out of that, as that's going to lead us to the 2-minute warning. Purdy from the gun on third down. He's got his target. That's complete.
And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 13-yard line.
Out of the gun, Purdy. That's caught by Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, San Francisco.
From 13 yards out.
And the Niners are finally on the board here in the fourth quarter.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a 2-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a 2-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
Moody good with the extra point.
And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Jets have got it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on first down.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Rodgers throwing here.
This pass out wide to Hall.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down. Now a play fake. Rodgers.
There's Hall bringing in another one.
And out of bounds right around the 20. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be 2nd down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
give running right is Hall. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Breece Hall with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Jets have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter. Now Zerline on and the extra point. And that one makes this a 19-point game. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it was capped off by a Breece Hall touchdown run. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. San Francisco's offense returns to the field, but probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the fourth quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Here's Purdy. He's got the hook up downfield to Samuel. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Here's Purdy on 1st and 10. Back to Deebo Samuel for consecutive catches. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. Purdy sets up to throw again.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Here's 2nd and 10. Purdy. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Purdy with one final shot here. And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. And the Jets are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for the Jets, the win will be their 12th now on the campaign. And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for the 49ers, it will indeed be a 10-loss season as they wrap up 7-10. And they'll get their shot at playoff football as they'll be on the road next week as a wild card. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.